So Damir, obviously you had your back against the wall in this one, you know, tough outing in your previous bout. How much pressure were you feeling, not only before the fight, but during the fight too? Because he did pretty well on the scorecards up until you scored.
Yeah, I know that. I didn't feel pressure though. Actually, coming to this fight, I had less pressure than the first time because I love my life. I enjoy this. I don't want to let pressure ruin it for me. I was gonna find my timing. You know how it is when fighters, when you train with somebody in the gym, you know their styles and timing, but in the cage when you meet a guy the first time, you gotta find his timing and his what he does. And the first round he was so strong because he's a grappler. They go very aggressive to take you down, and I could feel that. So I was like, okay, let me see what you got. He got me with a couple of good elbows, but in the second round I felt him fatiguing, and I'm like, yes, I got him to the cage. I'm like, okay, he's getting tired. I was not tired at all. Yeah, I was a little, you know, of course, in the end of the round, but I was like hanging in there. I know I could feel he's getting tired. So in the third round, I was getting to know his timing. I know he shoots, then he hits, then he shoots, and as I've seen in other fights. And me myself, if you know how I fight, I have high knees. I use my knees very well. We practice that in a lot. See the footage of the UFC. We did a lot of jab knee. That's all we did. And then I got the timing. I just threw a jab. He hit. He ducked. I kneed. He was out. I know he was out in the air. But then I went on him. I was like, let me make sure. Oof. No, I'm not 100% sure, you know, he was out, because then I was like, he wasn't moving. Then I just let him be, because the ref, I could see in my peripheral vision, he was a little far away. I could have hit him a couple of times, but I didn't. And I feel sorry for the guy, because I see he was laying on the canvas for a long time. I hope he's okay. I don't wish anybody to end up like that, so I hope he's okay.
What would you like for you just to be on the Stockholm? I know like there was a UFC athletes retreat that took place last weekend, and
yeah,
you missed out on that.
Oh man.
So was that a bit of a bummer, or you have?
It was. I actually wrote to the guy, damn, first time you invite me to something, then I have to fight. So it was a bummer. I hope to get an invite. I never been to anything with the UFC. I feel like UFC has overseen me, because I was also very not furious. I feel let down when UFC announced my fight with Marcin. There was pictures only of him, like Damir versus Marcin, and it was picture of Marcin. Where's I? Well, I feel disrespectful. There was no pictures of me. Don't I deserve to, you know, get a little bit spotlight? I work hard also. I come to knock guys out. That's my style, you know that. So I hope they will put my picture up next time. I think I need a little more recognition. Even though every bookmaker, as I said, they called me out, but paper don't fight paper. I'm glad I was the underdog, because I have no pressure, and I hope somebody made some money on me.
Were you ever concerned about his submission attempt?
Not concerned, but I respect that. I know what jiu-jitsu is. I practice. I moved to a new gym with the 17 black belts. I know how tough they are, and I felt his strength. Even though he doesn't look the strongest guy, he was really strong. He attempted, I think, a Darce choke or an anaconda. So I was like, oh, okay, but then I put out of it. So that was okay. He went for a heel hook, maybe averted, I think, but I wasn't in danger. Artis Suave, my team, I was prepared for everything. I didn't threaten at all. The only thing I felt was an elbow, and I was like, damn, am I cut? I felt like I was cut, because the cut man came and then I was like, blood, what the? But I don't feel anything. So I was like, ah, fuck it. So, but in the end I was like, yes, I'm not cut, I'm not going to the hospital. Go to the green room to get something to eat, to enjoy the fights.
Is there any opponent you have in mind for when you like fighting?
Honestly, no. I had my first fight against Teixeira, second fight against Held. Anybody that knows, that's two tough guys. UFC always give me tough fights. So, and I never ever said no to any fight. So, when they ask me for an answer, I will say yes, no matter who it is. So I don't feel I'm in the position to call out fighters. The top 10 guys are. I see all this, I want to call out this guy. Forget that, I'm fighting whoever. I don't want to be that guy.
Some of the Danes in the UFC have had a little bit of a hard time lately. Anelmos, Niklas Dalby obviously released. And then, of course, this event was supposed to be in Copenhagen, moved over here, another blow to Danish MMA. How important do you feel your victory is, not just a win, but a spectacular, brutal knockout like this?
First of all, I hope I get some 50 Gs, because I'm a poor fighter. I haven't fought in a year. I should have fought twice, but I had some bad luck, man. I've been scraping and scraping money to get this fight camp. So I hope I can get some help. to your question, yes, it was very important because it seems like now, the first time ever in Denmark, there's like the big media got the attention. As you see, these 3 ladies over here, they're from the biggest news in Denmark, like the Swedish Aftonbladet or something, you know. So first time ever, I feel like somebody's giving to somebody so much attention in MMA in Denmark, and they try to make it a real sport and not as people still see it as a primitive sport in Denmark, because many people still don't know what it's about. They just think we're some kind of brutes, and I'm here to prove them wrong, that we're good guys just trying to compete. We love the sport and the MMA lifestyle, you know, so I'm very grateful that they are following me. And as you can see, we have good fighters in Denmark. People don't know that. And I also represent Bosnia.
Yeah.
Yes, that's also my country. But I live in Denmark, that's my home country.
You said that you obviously haven't, 40 years. How were you able to financially support yourself?
Yeah, man, I have some good sponsors. My friend Gustafsson, who's also is a tattoo fashion, he has like these big brands. He always supports me, and this artist called Hornslet, he's a very famous artist in Denmark. So these guys, they support me, you know, financially. And then I work, and I'm also an MMA referee in Denmark. So yeah, I also help develop the sport in Denmark. You know, actually next week I'm gonna be reffing this tournament, so I'm very excited for that. And I work here and there a little bit, you know, I don't know how much I can say.
How far do you think you can go with you?
I believe I can be a really good household name. I don't want to say this, oh, I want the belt now. Forget the belt, I'm not here for the belt. I'm here to be a good fighter, so people recognize me, see, hey, this guy is fighting. I want to tune in to see him fight. That's what matters to me. I love the sport. I'm here for the honor and glory, not the belt. The belt is just I don't know, it gives you status and spotlight, but it's okay with me. I don't need all that spotlight. I love my life as it is now. I just need some more money so I can live off the sport 100%. Then I'll be a happy man. Then I will fight my heart out in the cage. So, yeah.
You recently switched gym to Arte Suave in Denmark. Has this meant any change to your game, or?
Definitely, man. Arte Suave is the place to be in Denmark if you want to. As I said, we got 70 black belts, we got Coach Krupti, we got Jochen Christensen, we got these new up-and-comers talents you will definitely see in UFC. There's this guy, Mads Burnell, he definitely deserves a spot in the UFC, he's a featherweight. Man, you see, this guy's a black belt, and I didn't feel threatened at all, and I was prepared for every aspect. They prepared me so well, you know. Man, what can I say? Look at my performance now. Even though I lay on the back, yes, but it's crazy to say, but we want him to fatigue a little bit out, because you cannot muscle, and this guy, he goes very hard in the first round. Look at all his fights, and people again underestimated me because he had all these Bellator fights, but this ain't Bellator, this is UFC, okay? So yeah, I don't know if I answered that question.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, bro.